And another topic at the Biden-Putin summit was a possible prisoner swap involving two former U.S. Marines. During his press conference, Putin said a certain compromise might be found there. Our ABC News Deputy Political Director, Avery Harper, has more on that and the new bill passed by Congress. Avery, I want to start with the prisoner swap. What's the latest on that?
Well, we know that the talks are certainly preliminary as it stands now. We know that they talked about it yesterday during that summit in Geneva. Biden said that he's not going to walk away from the stories, from the plight of those Marines that are still being detained in Russia. He said that they had a discussion and that he's going to follow up on it. So it remains to be seen what happens. These talks are still in preliminary stages.
And we're hearing from the family of Trevor Reed. What's their reaction to yesterday's summit? How are they feeling?
Right. Well, they did not expect for their loved one to be released from jail yesterday, and so we know that they are happy that it was a part of the discussion, that the names of their loved ones were mentioned. They hope that the momentum continues and that eventually they are brought home.
And of course, while this was all going on, this summit was going on, there was another big headline out of Washington. The U.S. House overwhelmingly passed a bill that would establish June 19th as Juneteenth Independence Day, commemorating the end of slavery in the United States. Now, President Biden is expected to sign the bill this afternoon. What more do we know about that?
Right. Well, we know that this is a president who campaigned on restoring the soul of this nation. We know that he also campaigned on, rooting out institutional racism throughout the country. And listen, this is a president who owes a lot to Black voters across the country for his place in the White House. And so we expect to see him sign that bill today, formally acknowledging with a federal holiday, Juneteenth, the day of emancipation, that the last slaves in Texas were alerted of their freedom. And so we can expect to see a jubilant celebration today as this all takes place.
And I know Speaker Pelosi and members of the Congressional Black Caucus are set to present that final bill that passed both the House and the Senate this morning. I wonder how significant it is, the fact of how much bipartisan support this bill received at a time where Washington seems so divided.
Right. Listen, there have been advocates who have been pushing for Juneteenth to be recognized as a federal holiday for years. And so this is certainly a victory for them. But I think that you would also, we would be remiss if we didn't speak about the other legislative priorities that have not received bipartisan support. So there's lots of folks who are very happy about Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday. But the fact is that voting rights still hasn't been handled, and that's restricting the voting rights disproportionately of people of color across this country. You're looking at critical race theory, so-called critical race theory, which would include, talking about the lasting impacts of slavery that have been banned in schools across this country. Police reform has not been passed. And so, there's many folks who feel like Juneteenth should be the cherry on top of all of these other legislative priorities instead of the only victory.
All right, ABC News Political Director Avery Harper. Avery, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.